Holy howdy to you, expanding beautiful gifts of creation. Precious ones, today's spiritual nectar is about forgiveness, centered around an Iranian woman named Samareh. Mahatma Gandhi said once, quote, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong." End of quote. This is so true. It's being strong and higher ways of being and doing. I'm going to share an incredible true story of forgiveness. I've taught on pure love for over 40 years, and I used to have this folder with amazing stories of forgiveness. The energies of forgiveness can arrive quickly and sometimes takes years to arrive. And sometimes this incredible gift of forgiveness is never unwrapped within the person who's storing the unforgiveness. It's a form of toxic waste emotionally and mentally and physically and what many call spiritually. Rev has met many, many beautiful people from Iran. This remarkable story happened in Iran, and again centers around this woman named Samareh. It's a Persian name that means good friend, night conversation companion, talker. Please keep this in mind as I share these energies from to unwrapping this gift of forgiveness. Amazing gift that she unwrapped. Samareh had dreamed of revenge for 7 years after her son's brutal killing with a knife. Her son Abdullah was killed in a street brawl in the autumn of 2007 when he was only 18. He had known his killer, Bahlul. The two had even played soccer together. Abdullah was the second son Samareh and her husband had lost. Her youngest died, the younger boy, in a motorcycle accident when he was 11. And Bahlul happened to be a passenger on the motorcycle that killed this younger son. So Samareh and her husband, they had one child left, a daughter. Furious in her grief, she was determined Bahlul would hang, living with this toxic unforgiveness each and every day. 10 days before Bahlul's execution by hanging, Samareh saw her son in a dream, asking her not to take revenge, but she couldn't convince herself to forgive. 2 nights before the day of the execution, she saw her son again in another dream, but this time he refused to speak to his mother, Samareh. Are these dreams, or are they a different reality, or is it just a game with words to cover up who we really are? You see, beautiful ones, families of murdered victims in Iran and some other Muslim countries are often faced with a final choice over whether convicted killers live or die. This gives the family the chance to oversee the killer's execution, but in this case, not to get out of prison. The day came for Bahlul to hang from the gallows. A family member of the deceased is allowed to kick the chair out from where the killer is standing on with a noose around his neck. On April 15th, Bahlul walked very slowly to his death. Samareh's husband was a well-known soccer coach who had coached Bahlul. Bahlul walked by Samareh and pleaded for his life. He was led up to the hanging noose which was placed around his neck. Samareh was on the gallows to kick the chair out from Bahlul. And she said to Bahlul, quote, "Did you have mercy on us? Did you show mercy to my son?" she demanded. "You have taken happiness away from us. Why should I have mercy towards you?" End of quote. She stared at Bahlul in absolute anger. And then all of a sudden, she slapped Bahlul across the face. In that mystical moment, Something was released from her that she had been embracing for 7 years. The ropes of unforgiveness fell from the hanging gallows that sacred day from Salmore besides a Baulul. Salmore looked at her husband, and they removed the noose from around Baulul's neck. For-Give-Ness. They say the energy changed there on the gallows and flowed towards the crowd by this one mighty act of forgiveness. Remember Salmore's meaning of her name? Good friend, someone to talk to. An Iranian photographer for the ISNA news agency took incredible pictures that day at the gallows that are easily found online. Here's a quote from American author Lewis B. Smedes. Quote, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover the prisoner was you." End of quote. Stories like these make Rev reflect. Is there any unforgiveness, lower energies lurking around within me? I do releasing ceremonies almost every day to release unwanted energies, and sometimes those energies, there's others' energies of their unforgiveness towards other people that when you're around them, it transmits to you and on you. We can wrap loving energies for more forgiveness to happen around our beautiful planet. Thank you for stopping by. Be you, precious one. Everyone is taken. You are an amazing being of the more. Have a wonderful meaning day. Big sky hugs to you. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Until next time, we'll see you then with another story of forgiveness.